Hello students, today we start with last lecture's troubleshooting sum. I hope that you at least tried that. I repeat the sum. If f of x equal to cos x into cos 2x into cos 4x into cos 8x into cos 16x, then show that dy dx is root 2 at x equal to pi by 4. Now, I have written f of x. Now the next step is important. You have to multiply numerator and denominator by 2 sin x. Now 2 sin x cos x is what? Sin 2x. Again multiply by 2 so that denominator becomes 4 sin x, and we require this 2 for 2 sin 2x cos 2x, which is what? Sin 4x. Again 2 sin 4x cos 4x is sin 8x. 2 sin 8x cos 8x is sin 16x, and finally 2 sin 16x cos 16x is nothing but sin 32x. Every time you multiply numerator by 2, you have to multiply denominator also by 2. So the given function can be simplified as sin 32x upon 32 sin x. See, this is basically a sum on trigonometry and not on derivative, right? Now rest part is simple. How to find derivative? You have to use quotient rule. 1 upon 32 is constant. So when I apply quotient rule, this is denominator into derivative of numerator minus numerator into derivative of denominator upon denominator square. Derivative of sin 32x is cos 32x into derivative of 32x, which is 32. What is derivative of sin x? Cos x. So here derivative part is over. Now we are asked to find derivative at pi by 4. So put x equal to pi by 4. So 32 times pi by 4 means 8 pi. Now what are the values? Sin pi by 4 is same as cos pi by 4, 1 by root 2. What is cos 8 pi? The angle 8 pi is coterminal with 2 pi. Or you can say 0 also, coterminal with. So cos 8 pi is nothing but 1. Sin 8 pi is nothing but 0. So on simplification, you get f dash of pi by 4 as root 2. Okay. Now we start with today's topic, that is higher order derivatives. If y equal to f of x is a derivable function of x, then we have dy dx equal to what? F dash of x. This is called the first order derivative of y with respect to x and is denoted by y1 or y dash. See, all these notations are important. It is clear that f dash of x is also a function of x. If it is again differentiable, then its derivative ddx of dy dx, that is ddx of f dash of x, is called the second order derivative of y, of course with respect to x, and is denoted by d2y by dx square, or f double dash of x, or y2 or y double dash. See, the convention is you have to read this as d2y by dx square and not d square y by dx2, right? Thus the second order derivative is the derivative of the first order derivative. Remember, dy dx bracket square is different from this. This is derivative of a derivative. And what is square of dy dx? It is square of first order derivative. Now, in general, the nth order derivative of y with respect to x is denoted by dny by dxn or fnx. Now the higher order derivatives are basically, or rather popularly, denoted by y1, y2, y3 up to yn. So yn is nothing but nth order derivative. Let us solve sums on second order derivative. We are asked to find d2y by dx square. The first function is x square e raised to x, differentiating both sides with respect to x. So what is derivative of x square e raised to x? First function x square into derivative of e raised to x plus second function e raised to x into derivative of x square, product rule. E raised to x as derivative e raised to x. What is derivative of x square? 2x. Now I have taken e raised to x common to get in bracket x square plus 2x. Now what will be the derivative? Before going to the next slide, let us try derivative of this. So derivative of product, first function e raised to x into derivative of x square plus 2x, which is 2x plus 2, plus second function x square plus 2x into derivative of first, which is e raised to x. See. Now the next part is simple. Take e raised to x common to get final answer as y2, that is d2y by dx square equal to x square plus 4x plus 2 into e raised to x. Next sum. Let y equal to sine of log x. So what is dy dx? Derivative of sine is cos into derivative of log x, which is 1 upon x. So we have to differentiate cos of log x upon x with respect to x. Clearly we have to go for quotient rule, denominator x into derivative of cos of log. What is derivative of cos of log? Minus sine of log into derivative of log, which is 1 upon x. And what is derivative of x? It is 1. You can see this in the next slide. Yes. Now the rest part is this x gets cancelled. So finally d2y by dx square is what? Minus sine of log x plus cos of log x upon x square. I already explained this, these two steps. Now y equal to x raised to x, base and index both are variables, so we have to perform logarithmic differentiation. So it is log y, log of x raised to x, that is x log x, differentiate. So 1 upon y dy dx equal to first function x into derivative of log x, which is 1 upon x, plus second function log x into derivative of x, which is 1. So it is 1 plus log x. So it is dy dx y into 1 plus log x, that is x raised to x into 1 plus log x. Now we differentiate this again. So first function x raised to x into derivative of second plus second into derivative of first. What is derivative of 1? 0. Log x has derivative 1 upon x. Now we need not find derivative of x raised to x again. In the first part we have obtained derivative of x raised to x only. So substitute the same, that is x raised to x into 1 plus log x. Now what is x raised to x upon x? It is x raised to x minus 1 plus x raised to x into square of 1 plus log x. Now this is an important sum. X equal to 80 square, y equal to 280. Do you remember that these are parametric equations of parabola y square equal to 4ax. Okay. Now y equal to 280. So this is basically a case of parametric. So what is dy dt? Twice a. X equal to 80 square. So what is dx dt? Twice 80. Now dy dx comes out to be 1 upon t. Now the next step is important. Many students, they just write d2y by dx square equal to minus 1 upon t square. That is wrong. Why? Because to get d2y by dx square, we have to differentiate with respect to x. Minus 1 upon t square is derivative of 1 upon t with respect to t. But finally we have to respect x. So it should be done. Simple. Chain rule. So d2y by dx square is ddx of dy dx, which is ddx of 1 upon t, because right hand side is 1 upon t. Now what is ddx? It is ddt into dt dx. Now ddt of 1 upon t, yes, it is minus 1 upon t square. But what is dt dx? 1 upon dx dt. We have already, in fact, this should be, yes, this is the reason for this step. Now what is dx dt? It is nothing but twice 80 from the previous. See, dx dt is twice 80. So we have put that only. So finally, what is d2y by dx square? It is minus 1 upon 280 cube. Remember. Now this type is again important. You will be given something and you will be asked to prove something. Remember, when you are asked to prove something, you have to prove the same thing. By that I mean, if you are just asked to find second derivative, you can obtain answer in any form. But when you are asked to prove that, for example, in this case, 1 minus x square into y2 minus x y1 equal to 0, you have to prove that only. Okay. Now, y equal to sine inverse x. So it is dy dx. 1 upon root 1 minus x square. I square both the sides to get rid of this radical sign. To get this, cross multiply. So 1 minus x square into dy dx square equal to 1. Again differentiate. So first function 1 minus x square into derivative of second. What was the second function? This one. So u square has derivative 2u. So 2 dy dx into derivative of dy dx, which is d2y by dx square, plus second function into derivative of first. What is derivative of 1 minus x square? Minus 2x. See, I have written the same. Now rearrange the terms. You will notice that each term contains which factor? 2 dy dx. So divide throughout by that. You will notice that outcome is 1 minus x square d2y by dx square minus x dy dx equal to 0. See, we were asked to prove the same thing. In fact, in almost 60 to 70% of sums of this type, you will be required to divide by 2 dy dx. Now, this is an important sum. In fact, we have done first part of this. If x raised to m, y raised to n is x plus y raised to m plus n, dy dx is y upon x. But here we are asked to show that second derivative is nothing but 0. Now, base is a variable, index is a constant. So actually there is no need to perform logarithmic differentiation. But in this case, if you perform logarithmic differentiation, you get the answer easily. So for that, you have to take log on both the sides. So you get m log x plus n log y equal to m plus n into log of x plus y. Do not forget to use brackets. Differentiate. M into 1 upon x plus n into, what is derivative of log y? 1 upon y dy dx equal to m plus n. Derivative of log is 1 upon into derivative of x plus y, which is what? 1 plus dy dx. Right. Now here open the bracket. So m plus n upon x plus y plus m plus n upon x plus y dy dx. Actually here derivative part is over. You have to rearrange the terms. Collect terms in dy dx on one side and remaining terms on other side. See, m upon x minus m plus n upon x plus y equal to, I have collected terms in dy dx on the right hand side. Take dy dx common to get this. Now find LCM for subtraction on both the sides. You will notice that it is the same, x into x plus y. On simplification, numerator is my minus nx, here my minus nx, right? I'm sorry, here denominator is x into x plus y, and here it is not x into but it is y into x plus y. So my minus nx gets cancelled, x plus y gets cancelled, and what remains is dy dx equal to y upon x. Now again differentiate because we need second derivative. So by quotient rule, what is derivative of y upon x? It is x into dy dx minus y upon x square, but dy dx is y upon x. So x gets cancelled, y minus y 0, 0 upon x square equal to 0. That gives us second derivative of the function is nothing but 0. Okay. If y equal to x plus root x square minus 1 raised to m, show that x square minus 1 y2 plus x y1 equal to m square y. Now some students, they take logarithm on both the sides. That is also correct. But here I have differentiated as it is. So dy dx equal to, what is derivative of u raised to m? M u raised to m minus 1 into du dx by chain rule. Derivative of x 1, derivative of root 1 upon 2 root into derivative of x square minus 1, which is nothing but 2x. See, 2 gets cancelled. LCM is root x square minus 1. Numerator is root x square minus 1 plus x. Now x plus root x square minus 1 raised to m minus 1 into the same. So again index becomes m. So this is m, x plus root x square minus 1 raised to m upon what? Root x square minus 1. But this is given to be y. So dy dx finally becomes my upon root x square minus 1. Square both the sides to get this. Cross multiply. See, you have to remember that before differentiating second time, rearrange the terms so that you are not required to use quotient rule. This is applicable in most of the cases. Now, again differentiate. First function into derivative of second, derivative of u square is 2u into derivative of dy dx, which is d2y by dx square, plus second function dy dx ka square into derivative of x square minus 1, which is 2x, equal to m square into what is derivative of y square? It is 2y into dy dx. You will notice that in this case also we can cancel 2 dy dx to get required answer. Now the next one. If y equal to log of log 2x, show that x y2 plus y1 plus x y square, rather y1 square equal to what? 0. Okay. Y equal to log of log 2x, differentiate. So dy dx is 1 upon log 2x into derivative of log 2x. What is derivative of log 2x? 1 upon 2x into derivative of 2x, which is 2. This gives me dy dx as what? 1 upon x log 2x. Remember, before you differentiate second time, rearrange the terms. So x dy dx is what? 1 upon log 2x. Now differentiate both sides with respect to x. So x d2y by dx square plus dy dx into 1 equal to derivative of, see, this is of the type 1 upon u. Derivative of 1 upon u is what? Minus 1 upon u square. But that is with respect to u. So into du dx by chain rule. So into derivative of log 2x. Same thing. What is derivative of log 2x? 1 upon 2x into 2. See. So effectively, what is x d2y by dx square plus dy dx? It is minus 1 upon x into log 2x. Now observe the next step. I have multiplied numerator and denominator by x. Reason you will understand. Now because of this x square, I can write this as minus x into square of 1 upon x log 2x. Now why to obtain 1 upon x log 2x? So that it can be replaced by dy dx. We'll go to the previous slide. See, this 1 upon x log 2x. 1 upon x log 2x is what? Dy dx. Is that clear? So this becomes minus x into dy dx bracket square. So finally x d2y by dx square plus dy dx is minus x into this, bring this term to LHS. So plus square of dy dx equal to 0. Now this is again an important sum. If x square plus 6xy plus y square equal to 10, show that d2y by dx square equal to 80 upon cube of 3x plus y. Now this is an implicit function. Differentiate 2x plus 6 into what is derivative of xy? X dy dx plus y. What is derivative of y square? 2y dy dx equal to 0. Rearrange the terms because we have to find dy dx. So in the next step, what is dy dx? It comes out to be minus in bracket x plus 3y upon 3x plus y. Again differentiating with respect to x using quotient rule. Minus sign, where is that minus sign? Okay, yes, it should have been here also. Okay, so denominator 3x plus y into derivative of numerator minus numerator into derivative of denominator upon what? Denominator square. Minus sign, yes, it is there. So 3x plus y, what is derivative of x plus 3y? 1 plus 3 dy dx. What is derivative of 3x plus y? 3 plus dy dx. Now in the next step, again we have to replace dy dx by what? Minus of this. See, a lot of donkey work is there. Yes, minus sign is there again. Good. Now find LCM and simplify patiently, and you will notice that numerator comes out to be this. I'll give a few seconds. Just read each and every step. First this one, then LCM 3x plus y. Here also LCM is 3x plus y. Ultimately it goes to denominator. Okay, so if 8 is taken common, in fact not 8, minus 8, so that minus minus plus, you get x square plus 6xy plus y square. But from 1, in fact this is given, x square plus 6xy plus y square equal to 10. So replace this by 10 to get 80 upon cube of 3x plus y. Is that clear? If you want, you can again read the solution from the beginning afterwards. Now this is again an important sum. If y equal to 3 cos of log x plus 4 sin of log x, show that x square d2y by dx square plus x dy dx plus y equal to 0. Now, what is derivative of cos of log x? Minus sin of log x into 1 upon x. What is derivative of sin of log x? Cos of log x into derivative of log x 1 upon x. Remember, before differentiating second time, rearrange the terms so that possibly use of quotient rule can be avoided. As in this case, multiply throughout by what? Multiply throughout by x to get x dy dx equal to minus 3 sin of log x plus 4 cos of log x. Again differentiate. So x d2y by dx square plus dy dx, this is derivative of what? X dy dx equal to minus 3 cos of log x into derivative of log x, which is 1 upon x. Now previously it was 4 cos of log x. What is its derivative? Minus 4 sin of log x into derivative of log x, which is 1 upon x. Again multiply both the sides by x, or in fact minus 1 upon x is taken common to get in bracket 3 cos of log x plus 4 sin of log x. This is nothing but y given. So I get x d2y by dx square plus dy dx equal to minus y upon x. Multiply by x to get this. Take minus y to LHS to get the required answer. X square d2y by dx square plus x dy dx plus y equal to 0. The next one, if y equal to e raised to m cos inverse x, show that 1 minus x square y2 minus x y1 minus m square y equal to 0. Remember, y1 means dy dx and y2 means d2y by dx square. Y equal to this. Some students, they take logarithm on both the sides, but I have continued with this only. So y equal to e raised to m cos inverse x. What is dy dx? Derivative of e raised to is e raised to into derivative of index m into what is derivative of cos inverse x? Minus 1 upon root 1 minus x square. Now e raised to m cos inverse x can be replaced by y. So dy dx is y into m into minus 1 upon root 1 minus x square. Square both the sides. So square of dy dx is m square y square upon 1 minus x square. Cross multiply. See, before you differentiate second time, you have to rearrange the terms. Now differentiate. First function 1 minus x square. What is derivative of dy dx square? u square as derivative 2u into derivative of dy dx, which is d2y by dx square, plus second function dy dx square into derivative of 1 minus x square, which is minus 2x. M square is constant, derivative of y square is 2y into dy dx. See, I think this is third or fourth time we are cancelling 2 dy dx throughout, as it is a common factor. So we get what? After cancelling 2 dy dx, 1 minus x square d2y by dx square minus x dy dx equal to m square y. If y equal to sine of m sine inverse x, show that 1 minus x square d2y by dx square minus x dy dx plus m square y equal to 1. Y equal to sine of m sine inverse x. You may also say, can we invert the relation to get m sine inverse x equal to sine inverse y? Yes, you can do that. In fact, that will reduce one or two steps. But here I have continued with the given only. So dy dx is what? Derivative of sine is cos into derivative of m sine inverse x, which is m into 1 upon root 1 minus x square. So what is dy dx now? It is m cos of m sine inverse x upon root 1 minus x square. So what is dy dx square? Is this one. Now we want to eliminate cos. For that I write cos square as 1 minus sine square. Why? Because sine of m sine inverse x is given to be y. So if I substitute, I get m square into 1 minus sine square m sine inverse x upon 1 minus x square now becomes, actually one step is omitted here. So 1 minus x square dy dx bracket square equal to m square into y 1 minus y square. This is 1 and this base is y. So y square. Now we differentiate. So let us find the derivative here. 1 minus x square into, what is derivative of dy dx square? 2 dy dx into d2y by dx square plus second function into derivative of 1 minus x square, which is minus 2x, RHS. M square into, what is derivative of 1? 0 minus. What is derivative of y square? It is not only 2y, but it is 2y into dy dx. See. Now I will not explain the remaining part. This is fifth or rather fourth time we are doing this thing, that cancelling 2 dy dx throughout, as it is a common factor, to get this as the final answer. If x equal to a sin t minus b cos t, y equal to a cos t plus b sin t, show that d2y by dx square is minus x square plus y square upon y cube. Okay, this is basically a case of parametric function. X and y are expressed as functions of third variable t. So this is the derivative. Now y is a cos t plus b sin t. What is derivative of cos t? Minus sin t. Do not forget to write this in bracket, otherwise it will be a minus sin t. That is wrong. What is derivative of b sin t? B cos t. So minus a sin t plus b cos t is what? Dy dt. Now if you take minus n common, you get in bracket a sin t minus b cos t. But what is a sin t minus b cos t? It is nothing but x. This means the first part is dy dt equal to minus x. Now what is x? A sin t minus b cos t. Differentiate. So a cos t minus b into derivative of cos, which is minus sin. So I get a cos t plus b sin t, but this is y given. So from 1, 2 and 3 we get dy dx as what? Minus x upon y. Sorry. Yes, this slide. Now we want second order derivative. So again differentiate using quotient rule. So minus sign is here. Y ddx of x minus x ddx of minus x into ddx of y. But what is dy dx? It is found to be minus x upon y. substitute, simplify to get this as the final answer. Already y square is there, this y goes to denominator, that is why it becomes y cube. Okay, now we have completed all the types from the topic derivatives. So we'll be solving miscellaneous sums. So in this section, I will be covering sums on chain rule, then higher order derivatives, inverse trigonometry, implicit, logarithmic, parametric, etc. And in the next lecture, probably we'll be solving multiple choice questions. Okay. Now, we are asked to find dy dx. It is root of x plus root of x plus root x. Now I'll just explain one logic, then you try to read the solution which is on the screen. What is derivative of root? You have to remember this in this fashion. Derivative of root is 1 upon 2 root into derivative of the function whose root is taken. See, root of which function is taken? X plus root of x plus root x. And that is why I have written 1 upon 2 root into ddx of this. Now the same logic. Here actually derivative part is over. See, derivative of x is 1, derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. Now derivative part is over. You have to find LCM and so on. So again, I'll give you a few seconds. Just go through all the steps. So finally, dy dx comes out to be this. See. Now, y is root of sine cube phi x plus 3 plus root of cos cube phi x plus 3. I think this is not at all difficult. I have given the answer. You can try the solution later on. Same thing, no? This is what? Sine of phi x plus 3 raised to 3 by 2. Then what is derivative of u raised to 3 by 2 and so on. Now this is good one. If y equal to 4 raised to log of cosec x to the base 2 minus 9 raised to log of cot x to the base 3, show that dy dx is 0. From this you can follow that y must be a constant only. Then and then its derivative will be 0. So try to express this as a constant. Is that clear? Okay. Now this 4 can be written as 2 square. A raised to m raised to n is a raised to mn. So what is y? 2 raised to 2 log of cosec x to the base 2. 9 is 3 square. So 3 square raised to log means 3 raised to 2 log. N log m, log of m raised to n. So this is 2 raised to log of cosec square x to the base 2 minus 3 raised to log of cot square x to the base 3. But remember, a raised to, now this complete is index, a raised to log x to the base a is nothing but x. I have already explained this. We have used this at least 2 to 3 times. In that case, base was not a, base was e, but it is true for all the valid bases. So ultimately, what is y? It is cosec square x minus cot square x, as 1 plus cot square is cosec square. Cosec square minus cot square is 1. So what is y? Y is nothing but 1. So what is dy dx? Dy dx is nothing but 0. Now if you ask me, this is not a sum on derivative. This is a sum on laws of indices. So let y be the given function. Sin raised to mx upon sin raised to nx is what? Sin raised to m minus nx raised to m plus n. A raised to m raised to n is a raised to mn. So for the first bracket, it is sin x base. What is the index? M square minus n square. Here n square minus q square, and here q square minus m square. As base is the same, we are supposed to add all the indices. What is addition of indices? 0. So sin x raised to 0, which is nothing but 1. We have to assume that sin x is not 0, otherwise this will not be defined. So we consider sin x to be non-zero. Raised to 0 is 1. Now as y is 1, what is its derivative? Derivative of any constant equal to 0. Now the next one, differentiate y square with respect to x square, and y is given to be x minus x square. Now y is x minus x square, so what is y square? Let y square be u, so it is square of x minus x square. What is du dx? Derivative of u square 2u into derivative of x minus x square, which is 1 minus 2x. Now I can take x common from these two terms to get 2x into 1 minus x into 1 minus 2x. Let v be x square. So what is dv dx? It is nothing but 2x. So derivative of y square with respect to x square is du dv, which is du dx upon dv dx. Substitute. Only 2x gets cancelled. So what is the final answer? 1 minus x into 1 minus 2x. Now differentiate tan inverse root 1 plus x square minus 1 upon x with respect to what? Cos inverse root of 1 plus root 1 plus x square upon 2 root 1 plus x square. Do you remember that table which we made for expression and substitution? Yes. If the expression is 1 plus x square, we go for which substitution? Tan theta. Reason 1 plus tan square is sec square. So its root is sec. And for that sake, we use x equal to tan theta. So that theta is tan inverse x. Now, let this be u. So u equal to tan inverse. Substitute. 1 plus tan square is sec square. Its root is sec. So tan inverse sec theta minus 1 upon tan theta. Now basically this is a sum on trigonometry. You should try to express this in terms of tan, because tan inverse of tan of any angle is that angle, provided that angle belongs to open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now sec is 1 by cos and so on. So we get 1 minus cos theta upon sin theta. 1 minus cos theta is 2 sin square theta by 2. What is sin theta? 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. Simplify to get tan theta by 2. Now tan inverse tan theta by 2 is theta by 2. This is u. Now consider v. Here also same substitution. So 1 plus tan square sec square, its root is sec. So it is root of 1 plus sec theta upon 2 sec theta. Sec is 1 by cos. So this becomes root of 1 plus cos by 2. 1 plus cos theta is 2 cos square theta by 2. 2 gets cancelled. Root of cos square is cos. So we get cos inverse of cos theta by 2 is theta by 2. What was u? See, theta by 2. V, theta by 2. So u equal to v. We are supposed to find du dv. So if you differentiate both sides with respect to v, then du dv is nothing but 1. If y equal to ae raised to mx plus b raised to nx, show that y2 minus m plus n y1 plus mny equal to 0. Now logic is simple. We are given y. From that first find y1, that is first derivative. Again differentiate it to get y2, that is second derivative. Simply substitute the values of y1 and y2 in LHS. Simplify to get 0 as answer and full marks. Okay. So y equal to a into e raised to mx plus this. What is y1? Derivative of e raised to mx is e raised to mx into m. Of course, a is there. Same for this also. So this is nothing but y1. I will not explain this. This is simple. Again differentiate. So d2y by dx square is this one. Already am is there. Derivative of e raised to mx into m. Here e raised to nx into n. So this is basically second derivative. Now simply substitute the values of y, y1, y2. Patiently simplify and get the final answer. So I'll give you some time to read the solution. Now this is an interesting sum. Surprisingly, in textbook also, or in some digest or some other books, they have given very lengthy method for this. I think this is shortcut method. See, e raised to y into x plus 1 is 1. So what is e raised to y? 1 upon x plus 1. So index y is defined as logarithm of 1 upon x plus 1 to the base e. Base is e, so I haven't mentioned it. What is log of 1 upon x plus 1? It is log of x plus 1 raised to minus 1, means minus log of x plus 1. Now differentiate. So y1 is minus, what is derivative of log? 1 upon x plus 1 into derivative of x plus 1, which is 1. That is why I haven't written it. Now again differentiate. Derivative of 1 upon x plus 1 is minus 1 upon x plus 1 square. But here it is already minus. So what is y2 then? It is minus of minus, that is plus. So 1 upon x plus 1 square. Note that it is the square of y1. Why? Because y1 is minus 1 upon x plus 1. Is that clear? Should I explain it again? Okay. So see, this is given. Now many students, they differentiate as it is and find dy dx and so on. So it becomes complicated. The simplest method is to express y as an explicit function of x. For that, index y is logarithm of this. So use laws of logarithm to get y as what? Minus log of x plus 1. Now find derivative. Derivative of log is 1 upon. So this is y1. Now what is derivative of y1? y2. Derivative of minus 1 upon x plus 1 is plus 1 upon x plus 1 square. Is it square of y1? Yes, it is. And we have to prove the same. y2 equal to y1 square. If y equal to tan inverse x square, show that x square plus 1 square y2 plus 2x x square plus y1, I am sorry, yes, x square plus 1 into y1 rather equal to 2. Now, y is square of tan inverse x. Differentiate. So 2 tan inverse x into derivative of tan inverse x, which is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So if you rearrange the terms, if you cross multiply, you get 1 plus y square, 1 plus x square dy dx equal to 2 tan inverse x. Again differentiate. So what will be the derivative? First function into derivative of dy dx, which is d2y by dx square, plus second function dy dx into derivative of 1 plus x square, which is 2x. What about RHS? 2 into 1 upon 1 plus x square. You will see the same. Yes. Now next part is simple. Multiply again throughout by 1 plus x square to get the required result. That's it. Now this is important from not only board exam point of view, but from CET and JEE Main point of view also. If y equal to fx is a differentiable function, show that d2x by dy square is what? Minus dy dx raised to minus 3 d2y by dx square. If y equal to fx is a differentiable function of x such that the inverse function exists, Then what is dx dy? It is 1 upon dy dx, provided dy dx is not equal to 0. Remember, we are now differentiating with respect to y. So in the next step you can see d2x by dy square. Okay, which is this slide? Yes. So ddy of dx dy equal to ddy of 1 upon dy dx. Why 1 upon dy dx? Because we have begun with dx dy equal to 1 upon dy dx only. Now derivative of dx dy with respect to y is d2x by dy square. Now by chain rule, what is ddy? It is ddx into dx dy. Now we cannot differentiate this as it is. I write this as dy dx raised to minus 1. What is derivative of u raised to minus 1? It is minus 1 u raised to minus 2 into du dx by chain rule. That is derivative of dy dx. What is derivative of dy dx? In the next step, I will write d2y by dx square into dx dy as it is. So this is minus dy dx raised to minus 2 d2y by dx square into what? 1 upon dy dx, because dx dy is 1 upon dy dx. Now what is 1 upon dy dx? It is dy dx raised to minus 1. Now minus 2 minus 1, add them to get minus 3. So finally, what is d2x by dy square? It is minus dy dx raised to minus 3 d2y by dx square. I will again explain. See, dx is 1 upon dy dx. We differentiate with respect to y. So d2x by dy square is nothing but ddy of 1 upon dy dx means what? Dy dx raised to minus 1. Now chain rule, ddy is ddx into dx dy. Now what is derivative of dy dx raised to minus 1? It is minus 1 dy dx raised to minus 2 into derivative of dy dx by chain rule, which you will find it is d2y by dx square. In the next step, I have written dx dy as what? 1 upon dy dx, means dy dx raised to minus 1. So total minus 3. So what is d2x by dy square? It is minus dy dx raised to minus 3 d2y by dx square. Okay. This is somewhat lengthy sum. Y equal to a plus b tan x upon b minus a tan x. Show that dy dx equal to 1 plus y square. Actually, no brain work here. You have to go on differentiating. What is dy dx? You have to use quotient rule. Denominator into derivative of numerator minus numerator into derivative of denominator upon denominator square. What is derivative of tan x? Sec square x. That's it. So just open all the brackets, simplify. You will notice that dy dx comes out to be a square plus b square sec square x upon square of what? Denominator. That is square of b minus a tan x. Few terms get cancelled. See. Now we will show that 1 plus y square is again the same. So what is y square? It is square of a plus b tan x upon b minus a tan x. Now LCM is this. You should know what is a minus b square, a square minus 2ab plus b square, and here a plus b square. Again rearrange the terms and so on. You will notice that you get the same thing, a square plus b square sec square x upon square of b minus a tan x. So we can say from 1 and 2 dy dx is nothing but 1 plus y square. You can again read the solution afterwards. The next one, y equal to tan inverse of log of e by x cube upon log of ex cube plus tan inverse log of e raised to 4x cube upon log of e upon x raised to 12. Show that second derivative is 0. Basically again this is a sum on logarithm. If you can apply laws of logarithm, then you can get the answer. So this is what log e minus log of x cube and so on. Basically log of m upon n, log m minus log n, and log mn is log m plus log n. You will notice that instead of instead of log e, I have written its value, which is 1. What is log of m raised to n? N log m. Is that clear? Now the next step is simple. We have already learned the formula that tan inverse p minus q upon 1 plus pq is tan inverse p minus tan inverse q, plus what is tan inverse p plus q upon 1 minus pq? Basically, is this function of that type? Yes. 4 plus 3 log upon 1 minus their product 12 log. Yes. So use that result. So on simplification, I simply get tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 4, which is purely a constant, derivative of any constant equal to 0. And that is why dy dx is 0. If first derivative is 0, what will be the second derivative? 0. So we have proved that d2y by dx square is nothing but 0. Find derivative of f of tan x with respect to g of sec x at which point? At x equal to pi by 4. And we are given f dash of 1 equal to 2 and g dash of root 2 equal to 4. Let u be f of tan x and v be g of sec x. We want to find du dv, differentiating u and v with respect to x. So what is du dx? ddx of f tan, derivative of f is f dash into derivative of tan, which is sec square, right? Similarly, what is derivative of g of sec? G dash of sec into derivative of sec, which is sec x tan x. Now du dv is du dx upon dv dx. If you substitute the values, you get this. Now at x equal to pi by 4, what is du dv? F dash of tan pi by 4 sec pi by 4 upon g dash of sec pi by 4 into tan pi by 4. But tan pi by 4 is 1 and sec pi by 4, basically pi by 4 is 45 degrees, cos 45 degrees is 1 by root 2, sec is its reciprocal, which is root 2. Now this is given, this is given. Substitute to get final answer as 1 upon root 2. Now for this sum also, they have, I think in the textbook or in some digest, I don't remember, they have taken 10 to 12 steps. It is not at all required. See, I'll read the sum for you. If y is cos inverse x, then find d2y by dx square, but the condition is it should be in terms of y only. No problem. Y is cos inverse x. So what is x? Cos y. Differentiate both sides with respect to x. So 1 equal to a term in y is first differentiated with respect to y and then multiplied by dy dx. Why? Because this is derivative of an implicit function. So minus sin y into derivative of y, which is dy dx. Rearrange the terms. So dy dx is minus 1 upon sin, that is minus cosec. Again differentiate d2y by dx square. Derivative of minus cosec y is plus cosec y cot y into dy dx, but dy dx is what? Minus cosec y. Substitute, rearrange the terms to get d2y by dx square as minus cosec square y into cot y. So we expressed second derivative entirely in terms of y only. Now I have, as per promise, given the troubleshooting sum. If a minus b tan y into a plus b tan x is a square plus b square, show that dy dx is constant and you have to state its value. So you should try solving this sum on your own. Thanks for attending today's lecture. In the next lecture, we will be solving multiple choice questions.